Panthers Nation, the front office just made a massive gamble that has the whole Queen City shaking. They are holding off on a huge contract extension for our crucial offensive weapon, betting absolutely everything on this upcoming season. Management says his ceiling is completely unknown, meaning he has to prove his ultimate worth right now on the field. Will this risky delay save us millions or cost a total fortune later? You need to hear this wild update. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel immediately, and keep pounding with us to catch every single breaking news. Carolina Panthers fans, we've received definitive news regarding quarterback Bryce Young's contract situation. There will be no extension this summer. This decision leaves our signal caller, whom we drafted as the cornerstone of our franchise with so much promise, and who has since shown flashes of brilliance mixed with tough lessons, heading into a pivotal season without long-term security. Executive Brant Tilis, as reported by Joe Person, has seemingly confirmed that while the team operates with a multi-year vision for Young, they are explicitly waiting to see how the year plays out before considering a new deal. Tilis praised Bryce, noting his ascent last year and an unknown ceiling that excites the organization, but acknowledged that it's challenging to pin down just how good he can be right now. And here's why that's a big deal. This puts immense pressure on Bryce to perform, as his current market value of around $35 million could skyrocket with a strong season or plummet if he stumbles, placing our team at a significant financial crossroads. Our fan base feels this moment acutely. It's a mix of eager anticipation for that unknown ceiling and understandable anxiety given the high stakes now riding on his upcoming performance. As Tilis reminded us, quarterback development isn't an exact science, and even QBs like Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield found their footing later, sometimes with help from coaches like our own Dave Canales. This means our patience, while tested, is expected. But what truly awaits us with Bryce's performance this season? And what will that unknown ceiling ultimately reveal for our Panthers? The biggest news out of training camp, confirmed by executive Brant Tilis, is that there will be no Bryce Young contract extension this offseason, putting all the pressure squarely on the upcoming season for our quarterback. This decision carries significant weight, stemming from the crossroads the Panthers now face. Commit to Young at an estimated $35 million or less now, or gamble on his performance over the next season. The choice to delay stems from the team's ongoing evaluation of Young, given that he's entering his fourth year, and the front office wants to see how the year plays out before making a massive long-term financial commitment. The truth is, while Young has shown flashes of brilliance, as Tilis noted, his unknown ceiling makes an early extension a difficult proposition. This cautious approach isn't without precedent in the NFL. We've seen quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Geno Smith, often with coaching like Dave Canales, break out later in their careers. The front office, led by Tilis and GM Dan Morgan, has repeatedly stated their multi-year vision, and they truly believe Young is still ascending. As Carolina Panthers fans, we must respect their patience, understanding that they want to be absolutely sure before anchoring a significant portion of our cap space to Bryce. It's a high-stakes waiting game for us all. The implications of this decision stretch far beyond Bryce's personal earnings, shaping the franchise's entire trajectory for the next decade. It's not merely about raw talent, but about sustained performance, leadership, and maturity. Every snap, every read, every clutch moment will serve as his ultimate audition to solidify his long-term value. Alright, so we've covered the news that Bryce Young won't be getting an extension this offseason. But now let's get into what that decision actually means for our Carolina Panthers. This situation matters right now because it crystallizes the high-stakes gamble our front office, led by Brant Tilis and Dan Morgan, is taking on our young quarterback. Instead of locking him in at a potentially lower price, they've decided to put all their chips on his performance this upcoming season. The immediate impact on the roster and depth chart is that Young remains our undisputed starter, but the pressure on him is now immense. He's essentially playing for his future with this team, and every snap will be under a microscope. From a salary cap perspective, we save money for now by keeping him on his rookie deal, which offers flexibility in the short term. However, if he truly ascends as Tilis suggests, that future extension will cost us significantly more, potentially impacting other roster decisions down the line. For specific upcoming games and matchups, this means Bryce Young will be scrutinizing every throw, every decision. Opposing defenses, especially our division rivals like the Saints and Buccaneers, will know he's playing for a big contract and might try to exploit any perceived weaknesses. Our playoff chances are now directly tied to his output. A strong season from Young makes us legitimate contenders, but a struggle could leave us facing tough questions next offseason, potentially resetting our quarterback search. Here's the thing nobody wants to say. If he falters, our rebuild trajectory could be severely delayed, making every game a pivotal moment for his career and our franchise. As Carolina Panthers fans, we're focused on Bryce Young, and executive Brandt Tilis has confirmed no extension this offseason. The strongest argument for this financial delay is protection. If Young doesn't ascend as hoped, we avoid committing massive capital, saving considerable cap space. Tilis' comments on Young's unknown ceiling and wanting to see how the year plays out reflect a prudent strategy to pay only for confirmed production, sidestepping an early overpay. However, this strategy isn't without significant risk. What makes this even bigger is the potential for Bryce to explode this season. If he plays lights out, that $35 million price tag isn't just going way up, it could skyrocket. We might regret not locking him in at a discount. It also puts immense pressure on Bryce to perform under a constant spotlight, knowing every snap influences his future earnings and team cap space. Around the league, this waiting game isn't uncommon, and Joe Person's reporting confirms the front office's long-term view. NFL executives understand quarterback development is not an exact science. We've seen other teams wait, and it paid off with players like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Geno Smith, who all broke out later. The Panthers are taking a page from that book, seeing an unknown ceiling as exciting, not a negative, aligning with Tilis' statement. The way I see it, while the potential cost increase is daunting, the Panthers are making a prudent decision. I think the concern about pressure on Bryce is a bit overblown. Every starting quarterback faces immense pressure regardless of his contract. Connecting the dots between the news of Bryce Young not receiving an extension this offseason and executive Brandt Tilis' transparent remarks about his development, we can clearly see the strategic path our Carolina Panthers are taking. This decision signifies a long-term commitment to Bryce Young as our franchise quarterback, but with a deliberate, patient approach. The front office, led by Brandt Tilis and GM Dan Morgan, is thinking multiple years down the road, indicating they fully expect Young to be the guy. This waiting game offers financial flexibility in the short term, but also carries the risk of a significantly higher contract, potentially over $35 million, if Young fully delivers on his potential. As Carolina Panthers fans, we should feel a blend of cautious optimism and excited anticipation. This isn't a sign of doubt from the organization. Rather, it's a strong vote of confidence in Young's potential, as Tilis sees his unknown ceiling as exciting, not concerning. We should embrace the patience this team is showing, understanding that quarterback development, as seen with Geno Smith, takes